Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Abbots Address. Today is Friday, August 21st, 2015. So, a lot has happened since the last address that I put together. We here at the Great Heartland Sangha, we've had an amazing couple of weeks. Last week we had our large retreat, and and during that time we had up to 40 some people out here at various points in the Zendo. It was amazing. We had Reverend Ed Brown, author of the Tassajara Cookbook. He came out and was a part of things. We had 13 Jukai folks receive the precepts, and Denkai transmission happened for Reverend Doan, and we even had a marriage proposal at the final ceremony that was accepted. So all's well. So, so today I thought I would finish up with our conversations about creating harmony in the Sangha, and then I'd like to speak just a little bit about Ango, which begins soon, and what's involved there. So, firstly, let's talk about this teaching about creating harmony in the Sangha. So, as I've been discussing, the next in the series of roots of dispute is wrong view and then adhering to the wrong view, holding on to them tenaciously and relinquishing them with difficulty, if at all. Now, so having wrong view is actually not a problem. Everybody's going to have wrong view. I'm going to have wrong view. You're going to have wrong view. We can start talking technically about specifically what that means, and usually, strictly speaking, it's talking about some kind of a false understanding about the nature of self, about the nature of reality, about the nature of who we are and what our lives are. It's not saying, someone asked me earlier, is the point of having right view mean to have no view about anything? And this would be a misperception. My view is that when the traffic light is red, we should stop the vehicle. And when it's green, we can go. And we do not walk in front of Mack trucks, and we don't drink gasoline. Okay, so this is not in contradiction to having correct view. Sometimes students misperceive and think that somehow Zen has something to do with having no opinion about anything ever. Or having no view on anything ever. That's not really correct. Okay, there's a specific teaching which says to set what one likes against what one dislikes is a disease of the mind. But recall or learn or understand that is a very specific medicine. That's a specific antidote to a specific diseased or unwholesome state of mind. That doesn't mean that we're therefore incapable of deciding what school to go to or who to marry or what career we should be involved in or anything like that. Okay, so wrong view has to do with misperceiving the nature of reality, and it's a very subtle and incipient kind of thing. But like I said, it's not a problem to have the wrong view, because if you're in right relationship with the teacher, you're going to have corrections to that and feedback. And you're going to get Zen practice and training in the Buddha Dharma that will shift this, okay? And so it's in fact inevitable that you're going to have wrong view. It's not a problem as long as we're in correct relationship with the teacher and the tradition and community. The real problem is in what the Buddha elucidates after. It's not just having wrong view, it's holding on to the wrong view. It's tenaciously clutching the wrong view, savoring it, relinquishing it with great difficulty, if at all. And I find this is actually where the problem is. This is where the root of dispute in the community can come from. So how do you know when you have a wrong view? How do you know when it's time to let go? How do you know what correct view is? The real answer to this, in my view, is that you've got to be in a direct relationship with the tradition, with the community, and with the teacher. You're not going to get it from a book, no matter how wonderful it is. You're not going to get it from podcasts, how cool they may be, or videos, how wonderful they might be, or even correct. I mean, it's the real understanding of right view is a whole body, whole mind, cellular DNA, mind to mind mystery. And you're not gonna get it just from aphorisms or pixel zen, or it's got to come in relationship with the teacher. And so what that means is when we're working with the teacher, we have to be willing to admit that we don't know, and to really cherish, in a way, not knowing, to uphold the nobility of not knowing, and to allow ourselves to be influenced and to be corrected and guided. And this is important, and it's very difficult for many, many students. If you decide you want to be a dentist, then you go to dental school and you learn the stuff, or a lawyer, or a carpenter, or a mechanic, or guitar player, it's real clear. Let's hear you play. And it's real obvious whether you can play or not. But in the spiritual world, it becomes very fuzzy. In the realm of ultimate human development, it becomes very fuzzy because, well, who can say? Who can tell? And there are ways to say, and there are ways to tell, but they're very subtle, and they require a real bow and a real willingness to engage and to let go. See, so correct view, right view, mostly has to do with a willingness to engage with your teacher, and to engage with the teachings, and to engage with the community in a real humble way. And please understand that whatever buttons get pushed, or whatever conditioning bubbles forward or comes to the fore, anything that occurs in the process of your Zen training is exactly working on this great matter. And I don't know anybody who's been in relationship with the Dharma, or been in a real relationship with a real teacher, that at some point it didn't become challenging in some kind of way. Usually multiple points, challenging in different kinds of ways, because it's this essential wrong view that's being uprooted. So I invite us all to really hold carefully and well our own understanding, our own practice, and realize that if you're with a real teacher and you're doing authentic training, body to body, face to face, real time, in the same room, that this right view is being expressed. It is happening. Whether there's a bunch of words about it, or hopefully not, or somewhere in between, that's not the point. It happens beyond words and letters, even though words and letters might be involved. So be willing to relinquish the wrong view. In other words, be willing to relinquish the disease. Be willing to actually take the medicine. You have a sickness, and the physician gives you the medicine, and then you sit there holding the medicine, but you won't take it. And so, no effect. Ultimately, you have to take the medicine. And the medicine in this case is letting go. The medicine in this case is facing the barriers. It's really engaging the practice. So, in this way, when we really are able to identify and let go of incorrect view and unwholesome view, then we become in correct relationship with the teacher, we become in correct relationship with the teachings, we become in correct relationship with the community. And because we're in right relationship with all these things, then our training can complete. And because our training can complete, then we can contribute to the good of all beings. Okay, so take it up. And don't be scared. You can totally do this. And trust yourself, trust the process, trust the Dharma. Now, in terms of announcements, starting next week, I think it is, our Ango begins. Ango is a very important time in the life of the community. This is when we really make a commitment in a way that makes sense for us to turn up the heat and to really engage in practice. The main thing I want to emphasize in today's Abbots address is that we will be beginning again the Sunday morning Buddhist studies classes. I sincerely hope people will come. We'll gather at the temple at 9 for cleaning, and then 9:30 to 10:30 every Sunday, starting I think a week from this Sunday, we'll begin with the Buddhist Studies class. Bring your notebook, bring your journals, bring your questions, and let's dig in together. And congratulations to all the new Jukai members. Congratulations to the newly engaged couple. And big time congratulations to Doan Ryudo, Doan Osho. Welcome. Thank you, everybody.